그렇지. 이렇게 좀 이걸 what the Caribbean seas, the Texas, Mexico, Saint Brian is a good port of which Cuba, right? You already have. You know that country, Russia. You know that. No, no, Hiroshima. Hiroshima, this one. I don't think about the team. Only for tourists, probably. Tourists, Caribbean, Mediterranean. Now is moving to forest area, China, Korea, so north of Russia, forest, then force of cruise ships, moving, increasing size. And this is all type smaller cruise ships. We see that there are rooms. So this is a arrangement. Yearly, yearly, book. That's the question to the it is management. Okay, well, I know one. How you should locate it in the general. Oh, you know,
This is the Symphony of the Seas, an 1,188 feet long, 8,880 person, 18-deck, 7-neighborhood beast of a cruise ship that makes the Titanic look like a kayak. It cost $1.4 billion, but cruise ships only last about 25 years. 25 years of constant cleaning and maintenance, plus an enormous amount of food, fuel, fees, and employees. But tickets can cost just $60 or $70 a day, cheaper than most retirement homes and a bit more fun. So making profit, and quite a bit of it, means optimizing everything, from a ship's flag to its precise schedule. Like airlines, the business of cruising is one of low margins at extreme scale. Cruise lines are experts at finding clever ways to save money. Norwegian Cruises would even sail 1,100 miles into the middle of nowhere to avoid fines. They run a very tight ship. Cruises can be long, short, salty, or not, but they all fall under 3 basic categories. Mainstream cruise lines optimize for scale. They sell lots of tickets for not a lot of money, sometimes even at a loss. The average ticket sells for $1,293, but costs the company even more in food, fuel, wages, marketing, and lots more. If everyone left their wallet at home, these cruise lines would go out of business. But the average person spends $429 on board. They're the perfect captive audience. When your only choices are Pepsi or seawater, they can pretty much guarantee your purchase. Casinos, spas, shopping, and drinks are key to making profit, and why you can't bring your own. And since everyone walks from cabin to dining room at least once a day, that's where they place lounges, bars, and casinos. There's no avoiding them. Premium lines are just the opposite. They make most of their money up front. The no screaming kids on board tax means they can spend more more time in ports. And luxury ships may only hold a few hundred passengers, but each pays more than enough to make up the difference. All three categories serve very different markets, so a good company catches them all, which is why so many brands are owned by just two mega corporations. Carnival owns Holland America, Princess P&O, and Costa, even an airline at one point. And Royal Caribbean owns Celebrity and Azamara. This way, something like Costa Concordia doesn't damage the rest of the company's reputation. When a ship reaches the end of its life, they can just hand it down to one of their other brands with lower standards. And a cruise ship is a vacation machine, but it can never take a vacation. November to April is when cold Americans escape to the Caribbean, but keeping that many ships there all year round would be extremely costly. So is moving around empty ships from one region to another. So they don't. When Caribbean ships switch to Europe in April, they sell repositioning tickets. A one-way, 2-week cruise from Florida to, say, Amsterdam. This way the ship is always making money. And when one cruise ends, the next begins. Turnaround day is a miracle of coordination. In less than half a day, 6,000 people exit the ship and a hotel, restaurant, theater, laundromat, and theme park clean and reset as if nothing ever happened. When the ship arrives back at port early in the morning, the clock starts ticking. While passengers sleep, all their luggage must be carried ashore. Meanwhile, trash is dumped, crew members switched, fuel pumped, and a Costco of food and supplies loaded onto the ship. 70,000 eggs, 3,000 gallons of soda, and 15,000 pounds of potatoes. By 10:30, passengers are gone, and hundreds of housekeepers rush to clean all 3,000 rooms. Then paperwork needs filed, maintenance performed, towel animals folded, and lunch cooked by Mr. Fieri, all before new passengers arrive at 1. By 5 o'clock, the ship is on its way, whether you're on it or not, because the sooner it reaches international waters, the sooner the casino can start making bank. Gambling is already very profitable, but especially when
Question? Question? Another? There's the country name. Where is it? I know it.
It's like somewhere in the middle of Mexico.
Between North America and South America. Ships want to test it. Otherwise, they need to go out. Okay? Another lowest point is another day. Similar to swing so if there is no canal there, then ships should be around Africa. Takes months. This is over. They are new. The like green was it's why he wants to make another new canal. Outside of the ship, next outside the city, so we put this on canal mass class. Every single be but also and other traveler is cheap devices reporting. There are things for the work flight must. Oh, you know, so they extend and the canal. It was very recent, several years ago only, opening the new
내가 뭐 하는 거 손이 안 되니까 화실 갈머니까 아빠 혼자 못 가요.
Panama Canal celebrates 100th anniversary. The expansion of the Panama Canal, aimed to be completed by June 2015, will open up the 81-kilometer channel to even bigger vessels. The canal currently uses locks to raise ships 26 meters above sea level. Celebrates 100th anniversary. The expansion of the Panama Canal, aimed to be completed by June 2015, will open up the 81-kilometer channel to even bigger vessels. The canal currently uses locks to raise ships 26 meters above sea level. Water from the artificial lake enters by gravity into locks and causes ships to rise. The ships then travel through the artificial lakes and channels until they reach the locks to the sea on the other side. 2 new sets of locks are being constructed to supplement the already existing locks at the Atlantic and Pacific entrances of the channel. The new locks will be larger but use less water than the existing ones. Nearby basins will recycle the water from the locks as they are emptied and use the water to partially fill the locks when another ship passes through. Water from the canal's lakes will also be used to fill the locks. The new locks will be able to handle ships that are longer, taller, and wider. Per ship cargo capacity will nearly triple, from the current roughly 4,500 standard container limit to roughly 12,000 standard containers. These changes will make the Panama Canal more competitive.
Is TU. Number TU. Next one is about most of the 500 feet. Now it's like, well, it's only 32 to 50 of the 18, less than 15, but see, it's 3 times triple volume. Big change. Right, this one is research ship. We also the price. One is 57,000. Next 200. Speed is only 12. Pitching some sea, deep sea ocean. Oceanographic research ship is a story fund. It's public spring, accommodation, spring.
Seventy percent of the Earth is covered by the ocean, and the ocean interacts with the atmosphere and the land. Those interactions control the world we live in.
Some of the most important questions facing society includes climate change, the future of food supply, sea level rise, geohazards such as earthquakes and volcanism along coastlines. It's very important to understand the basic scientific underpinnings of all these different processes.
Being able to go out to the ocean and make observations is the most critical component of oceanography. And it's going to rely on new vessels with new capabilities to use the ship efficiently and gain the maximum benefit for the most people.
When we were approached by Oregon State, one of their key objectives was to make this as green a ship as possible. We've gone to great lengths to incorporate the latest technologies into the ship to keep it as environmentally friendly as we can.
We decided to use variable speed alternators to make electricity. We've also used LED lighting wherever possible. We're using waste heat, so the heat from the engines, we'll use that to heat domestic water and to actually make potable water for the ship.
The design of the ship is very, very important to the efficiency of the ship. And so we went to great lengths to make this as low resistance hull as we could, in keeping with the desires of the scientists to have bubble sweep down minimized for the performance of their instrumentation.
Part of the design has been to incorporate a U-tube anti-roll tank. And so that means the vessel can operate in more challenging environments, and a lot of our coastal environments do see some pretty severe weather conditions, and we like to be able to investigate ocean processes under all conditions, not just on a sunny day.
We've got a double articulating A-frame, which will allow the vessel to pick up pretty large packages. The launch and recovery system will be designed so that it can put the CTD almost down to water level. They have a centerboard where they can change out some of their transducers. They also have a pretty extensive transducer array.
Drilling. This is for oil and gas drilling. Production. This looks similar with a higher power. Direct capacity around 11 kilo. Very long depth, right? Including water depth and then also soil depth. Fully water depth can be overall kilometers. Then also another 9 kilometers down. So long way. You should have pipes there stored somewhere. Many of pipes are stored. One by one is moved like crane or what the stick, And also dynamic positioning. This is a very deep ocean. You cannot fix the ship using anchoring. Anchoring is a long line of chain. It's too deep. So the dynamic positioning is you have a 4 or 6 propellers around the ship, and it looks like a drone. You should make positioning somewhere fixed, not fixed, but similar to fixed, so that the grid pipe cannot break.
Hello. Communicate in English easily. Use Grammarly and feel confident with effective communication.
How does the deep-sea drilling vessel Chikyu drill into the seafloor? When the vessel arrives at the drilling site, it receives a satellite signal that helps the vessel move into the exact position required. The vessel has 6 propellers that rotate a full 360 degrees and keep the vessel in one position, preventing it from drifting due to the wind, waves, or sea current. First, the conductor pipe is installed. As the drill pipes are connected, the conductor pipe and guide are run down to the seafloor. After the conductor pipe penetrates the seafloor, the drill pipe is released and pulled back to the vessel. A large drill bit connected to the bottom of the drill pipe is run down to the seafloor. The drill bit is led down to the bottom of the hole through the conductor pipe. The drill bit rotates and drills the sediment and rock below the seabed. Seawater is sprayed from nozzles on the drill bit to raise the cuttings to the seafloor. After drilling several hundred meters, the drill bit is pulled back to the vessel. A casing pipe, about 50 centimeters in diameter, is set into the drilled hole to keep it from collapsing. The casing pipe is run down through the conductor pipe and is inserted into the hole using the drill pipe. Cement is pumped into the space between the hole and the casing pipe to fix the pipe in place. After cementing, the drill pipe is released and pulled back to the vessel. The Chikyu is equipped with the riser system in order to drill into the earth even deeper. As the riser pipes are added one after another, the blowout preventer is run down to the seafloor. The blowout preventer is connected to a wellhead which is located on top of the casing pipe. The vessel is now connected to the seafloor via the riser pipe. A drill bit, smaller than the one first used, is run down through the riser pipe.
Question? Routine, strategy. Previous one is drilling. Drilling is for finding out the good reservoir where there is a oil and gas. After finding out good economical size and quality, then they go out, then comes with the FPS. So they produce and storage. Shuttle tanker. Real production is capacity 2 mega barrel for this ship was about 1 day use. And here is a similar one, gas. Floating storage, regasification units, coal gas, oil gas. It is similar to land-based LNG storage. Natural LNG, and yachts, sailing yachts, motor yachts. Motor yacht has also sail, but also engine. Looks like it does not have any sail. This one is, oh, there is the engine and also. Right. This one is only. Right. Another video, but very good. Great. Discussion. I send you files, right? So Kakao. Is there any problem in receiving? Anybody has a good to receive files through Kakao? No problem. Out discussion session. It can be 20. 75 minutes is divided to 3 slots, 2 lectures and 1 discussion. Are you conduct 1, 2, 3, and as before, we are trying to use a way of teaching or learning. Learning is better than teaching. flipped classroom. So that in old ways, now trying to have a flip, that's more participation. So I try to let you do success. Lecturing homework activities all the way. Now lectures on video, lecture yourself, discussion. Discussion is class activity. How to prepare, you may prepare 2 to 3 discussion topics a day, 20 minutes, related to the lecture topic, so that most students can speak. That is the best way. You'll find out that it's not easy. So coordinator may have a less speechy, but many times I suggest coordinator speak too much. Audience talking. Group discussion. It's better. Preparation and extra discussion. Please upload your summary of discussion. Also answers discussion. Posted. Okay, will help you. Brainstorming is another way of Kahoot, other tools. I found this one is very, very good idea. People are somehow without speechy, but they are participating so by clicking. There is another way. Relation put big percentage of this discussion. You should know about this one. That the coordinate select 1 or 2 students who helped him much through the discussion. And then by collecting these selected students, their evaluation goes. I create others. Only this. I will not participate in the evaluation. He will not participate. You choose. Right? This. One more slide set. 15. Proceed. This is the book. Chapter 4. Procedure. Design process. Timeline is you start design, you finish design, and then ship can be constructed, made, manufactured. And then the design impact will increase as time go on. And then this is a freedom to make change. As time go on, it's not easy to change in late. Say, if you are trying to build this building, room arrangement, I found that I missed to locate the elevator place. Late in design. I already drew all the floor plans, but I found that no elevator drawn. Then you need to shuffle all the. An elevator should be in the central location where communication is. Then you should move the other way. So early stage change is easy. You just have ideas generated. But there is no concrete information. That is early stage is important, but also not easy. So you need to have experience. And then time go on, design knowledge is increasing, number of drawings are increasing, CAD models are already finished up. So now front loading means you want to move this curve somehow using computer technology, simulation, artificial intelligence, simulation, FEM, CFD. The tools are used to make the technology be higher in the early stage. Because first, also trying to make the time schedule short. Design spiral is very probably we may not see this kind of things. Not single time. Need to have iteration. So see, you start from here. So starting from over idea of concept design, structural design, and production, reproduction, machinery, engine, and electricity. So here is electricity or steam, or water, or ventilation, and outfitting, rooms, accommodation, dining, theater, and then second round of functional design, same one again over structure, function, and finally arrive at final design. That is the way. So iteration is because it is a kind of closed system. The ship is closed system, very similar to an airplane. Closed system means the other functions has influence to the other. Let me say in this way. When you design somebody is coming from aerospace department, nobody? Airplane design. Wing is important, right? Wing is important. You find somehow that the structure between main body and wing, this is the most important part of structurally most important part of airplane, right? Because all the lifting forces coming from wing, weight is coming from main weight is coming from main body. Because after some position, you found that structurally is not enough. Then how can you do that? You need to increase the thickness of the plate or size of the attachment there, bolting more, right? To increase the strength there between wing and body. What happened then? Weight increase. Weight is increased around here to make more stronger. Then weight increase, speed is down. Airplane is very important for speed. Then how can you increase the speed? Bigger engine. Also, weight is also increased. So it's influencing another part of component because it's closed. For the building, you can increase the size of villa or thickness more easily because the weight increases also coming, but it's not so influential to other items because it is an open system to the land side and outside it. So airplane too, they need to have a iteration of designs. That's why they use spiral system. This one is same one, for more detailed, only for specialized for Navy. They have a little bit different warnings. Mission requirement, the arrow direction is rotation of many times. Mission requirement. For the Navy ships, mission is important. Probably commercial ship also a mission to carry cargoes, passengers. Propulsion, lines and body plan, the auto steam, hydrostatic curves and floatable lengths, freeboard, arrangement, structural strength, power engine, weight. capacity, stability, and cost test. Three. This is a conceptual design phase, around is a given design phase, and concept design phase, and detail design. Usually the Navy ship has a more round. There is a reason. This one is, I found this one, not from ship building. It is too small. Other industry also use this. Creating design. Already said there are two basic phases. One is generate, the other one is test. Generate and test. Looks like you have a Lego blocks trying to make a tank or airplane. You try to choose one best solution, locate the other way, putting somewhere, but you should see that it looks like an airplane or tank. Otherwise, you break out, try again. So that kind of thing is generate and test. Generate and test. And also, synthesis is making, generating, synthesis, analysis. So there is no single correct solution for design. Any designer or fashion designer or something, cooking, restaurant, any cook has different solutions. There is no correct solution. Only optimal design. We need to have a balancing between taste and material and heating devices. For analysis, we have a generation analysis. There is a single question. But maybe not easy to know the correct solution. There is one thing. Whether forecasting is very difficult. Future is a future. But we need to have such a forecasting. Say, tomorrow there will be a rain. Forecasting. By tomorrow, there's one single correct solution. But we do not know it. So it is different. There is no correct solution. There is single correct solution. But it's not easy. Something like weight of the ship, cost of the ship, speed of the ship, or flex means structural strength, pressure level. When if the ship, the submarine dive into say 1,000 feet, what is the pressure there? I can calculate, right? Or measure, sensor. There is one single number. But we don't know well prediction. That's why we need to have a good way of analyzing, predicting those performances. Ship design deliverables, range measurement. So these are three main drawings. Ship, baseline drawing, calculation, the displacement, weight calculation, cargo, electricity, production maneuver, and scheduling and cost.
When I think about a cruise ship, it's essentially a huge skyscraper just on its side, floating in the ocean, full of people, ready to eat a lot.
How to build a cruise ship. Cruise ships of today are absolutely modern marvels.
The scale of these things is incredible. I mean, these are literally floating cities. We're talking Broadway shows, multiple restaurants,
Buffets, shrimp, Mai Tais.
cocktail bars, bowling alleys.
Too many margaritas.
A cruise ship can house as many as 8,000 people at once. That is a larger population than some small towns in America.
To build your own 20-story cruise ship, you will need 150 miles of pipes, 3,300 miles of electrical cables, 158,503 gallons of paint, 500,000 individual steel parts, and 1 bottle of champagne. Cost to build $1.4 billion plus shipping. Step 1. Start at the bottom and work your way up.
For many centuries, ships have been built from the keel up. And that's the best way to build a ship, right? You build it down its back where it needs to be the strongest.
So when you build a car, it goes down an assembly line and there's workers at every point in the car passes and they work on it. But when you're building a cruise ship has to stay in one place. So all the workers are the ones moving all the way around it.
Just building them requires so much space. We're literally talking 5 football fields. So you think about that distance, it's just incredible.
Step 2. Install prefabricated components.
The fundamental approach is that they try to assemble as much off-site as possible. The components arrive basically in modules. So you've got each of those different staterooms arriving sort of mostly pre-built.
All the 1,000+ rooms of the ship all have everything already in place because otherwise the workers couldn't build it. They make those hallways so tiny so they can fit more rooms. So they just pop all the rooms into place like Lego.
In order to build your modules, start with sheets of high-strength steel, up to 39 feet long and 1 inch thick. Cut steel sheets using plasma, laser, or oxyacetylene equipment, sold separately. Weld the metal together into 3-dimensional cubes. These are the building blocks which become the hull and cabins of your cruise ship.
They weld them together in box patterns to increase the strength by up to 4 times.
The extra strength of box-shaped modules can be demonstrated in our test laboratory. On its own, this flat, 1/4-inch thick board is unable to bear the weight of a 28-pound cinder block. But when 4 of the same boards are fastened together as a hollow 3-dimensional box, the load-bearing capacity is quadrupled. By the time you have affixed all your prefabricated components, your cruise ship will weigh over 200,000 tons. But don't worry, it won't sink, thanks to buoyancy.
Cruise ships look like marvels of engineering because they are. You can take this thing that's 1,000,000 pounds or more and it floats.
It's
And then regulations. All the building also have many regulations. This building. You need to have regulation books. Safety, environmental, lighting, air freshening, circulation, temperature. There are so many. IMO is here. SOLAS, safety of ship. And then the pollution, and also road line, the freeboard, maximum capacity for the ship, and design conditions. Can you set up design conditions? There's a market trend. Market trend nowadays, bigger ships, faster ships, and more standardized ships, containers, LNG, cars, separate out the passenger, specialized ship. Government policy, regulation, double hull tanker, rules, and SOLAS, and also equipment. So modules, you see that from the video that each room of the cruise ship, the cabin, accommodation, hotel room is prefabricated outside of the shipbuilding company. They bring each module of thousands of cabins, hotel rooms are stacked up so that who make this? The equipment vendors. So they should collaborate. Ship owner who pay the whole money, shipping company, and management organization who will manage. So when I build my home, my wife wants to have a specialized brand of chandelier. Right. That kind of thing is a ship preference. Not choose by the construction company. Choose by myself. Ship to Bangladesh was big oil spill around 40 years ago. When was that? That's from here. Here, Alaska. It's near here. Spill covers affected, killed, affected, clean up. Barrels of crude oil is very dark. That's why we, after that accident, they started to have a double hull tank basically. Required. Double hull. Because of that accident. 20 years. And now it is coming with a powerful pollution. See that we already close by here, right? It was started 25 years ago. And then step down these NOx and SOx. Powerful institution. Sulfur. And you should change your shift somehow. New shifts, otherwise you should change your engine of the ship. Or oil of the ship should be. This one is cafeteria. Okay. The second part of the data, but we need to have a project teaming up. So maybe TA students find out to make a 17th heterogeneous. Many times TA have a proposal. Adjustment. So I will let you have a time to choose your team. By kids. Come back after 10 minutes. Answer all checks out. Good. This July. This 보고 먼저 미리 짜는 사람도 있어. 웹 사람도 할 수 있는지 보지. 아까 되게 없을 거야. 그래서 국가가 바꿔나 해서 여기서 해보세요. Series. 좀 띄워보죠. 김대영 교수님이 제일 많은 것 같아요. 김대영 교수님. 김대영 교수님. 다른 준비됐어요, 세 명? 네?
지금 저희 두 팀이 됐어.
어디라고 되겠어요? 그다음에 김상수 교수님. 교수님. 여기 안 계셨어. 어떻어? 수입참. 아니, 비승 교수님. 왜 두명 안 계셨어? 네. 또 어디가 말했더라? 조한 교수님이 계시던데. 아니, 팀. 박영화 교수님. 박영화 교수님. 둘, 셋. 그러게 없어. 여기서 없어. 네, 박영화 교수님. 그러니까 지도 교수 이름도 어디서 엑셀에서 쓰셔야 돼. 그것만 해결하면 되겠지. 엑셀에 칼럼 하나 더 만드셔서, 네? 지도 교수님 성함을 쓰게 하고, 그거 가지고 다시 수입해 주세요. 자, then international student is easy. 그 네 분의 스티그스님이 아마 올려 있습니다. 자, 스위치하실 때. 이제 그날 sexual but senior go on next week. Project teaming up will be finished up by end of today, right? Yes, so through the Kakao or other. And then next week we start with the status lecturing by Louise. Know how to. All right, then. See you on next week.